Hey guys, what's up? It's Dean with Vampire Yoga. This video is part of a new project I'm working on called Guy Yoga, Yoga for Men for Beginners. This video is the Yoga for Back Care video. The reason why we're putting this up on YouTube for free is because we want you guys to check it out. We want your feedback. So we want to know, was it easy to follow? Was it a good workout? Even if you're new, did you understand what was going on? Did you understand what body parts we were targeting, the technique? Was it easy to follow? Anything that you can think of, any feedback at all is fantastic for us. The reason why we want your feedback, and again, the reason why we're putting this on YouTube for free is because we want to make this the best yoga DVD for men on the market. And not just for men. We want this as a workout DVD for anybody interested in the physical benefits of yoga, who want the results of yoga, who don't care about the fluff, who don't want the meditation, who don't want the spirituality, but who just want to go do some yoga and get the benefits, the flexibility, the core strength, the endurance, and the body control and balance. So this video, again, is the back care section. Please leave your feedback in the comments below. Also, you can sign up to see all of these videos. So it's a whole series of videos. There's 3 or 4 DVDs, and there's 12 to 15 workouts total. And you can see all of these before anybody else if you sign up for our beta testing group at bodybyyoga.training. Not bodybyyoga.training.com, just bodybyyoga.training. So, we're going to get started, starting off in standing mountain pose. Now, before I get started with spine with back here, it's not just about your back, it's not just about twisting, it's also about the muscles surrounding, attaching to your spine, meaning your hamstrings, your hip flexors, everything around here, your glutes. So we'll also be working those as we go through the workout today. So standing up tall in mountain pose, toes touching, heels an inch apart, chest drawn up nice and tall, shoulders pulling down and back, and hands reaching down to the ground. Take a big inhale, lift your arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Press your knees, press your hips to the back, let your knees bend, reach your chest forward, and look all the way behind you. Just let your body hang heavy here. Getting a stretch in your back as you release down. Bend your knees as much as you need to so you feel a stretch in your lower back. And then from here, take it up halfway, upper body parallel to the ground. Still looking straight down at the ground. Hands on your shins for support, or on the ground if you have the hamstring flexibility. And then release back down, look all the way behind you. And then with a flat back, hips come down, chest lifts forward, arms reach up, inhale up, and then exhale back down. Chest forward, knees relaxed, hips to the back, and look all the way behind you. Halfway back up, forward fold back down, look behind you, relax your back, and then take it all the way back up with a flat back on an inhale. And hands back to center. Now take your feet 6 inches apart. Toes, middle toes aligned with your heels so your feet are straight forward. They're not angled out to the side, facing straight forward. Arms straight out in front of you, shoulders drawn back, and then sit down into a squat. Keep your knees behind your toes. Keep your butt pressing to the back. And keep your back completely flat here. So no arching, no rounding in the back, and a flat core, okay? Core engaged, hip flexors stretching, chest maybe leaning forward a little bit so you can get the stretch in your lower back. And the reason why we're doing this is because we're warming up our thighs. We need to warm up our thighs so that we can stretch our thighs and stretch the muscles that attach to our spine. And then from here, reach your hands as far as you can forward. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. Forward fold, chest on top of your thighs. Look all the way behind you. And then go ahead and step your left foot to the back. Take your left knee down, untuck your back foot, and bring it into a low lunge. So your hands on top of your right thigh, knee over your ankle, and your front foot. Pressing the top of your head up toward the ceiling, feeling a stretch on the front of your left thigh. Feeling your right thigh working from pressing into the ground, and your shoulders stretching as you pull your shoulders down and back. From here, reach your arms up, squeeze your arms toward the back, keep your shoulders down away from your ears, and then place your right hand on your right thigh, reach up, and then over to the right with your left hand. So this deepens the stretch in your left hip. You're also going to feel a stretch along the left side of your body here. Keep your chest up, keep your chin up, and your palm faces over to the right here. So you're not turning out like this, but palm reaching over to the right. Keep reaching up, lean over a little bit, press your hips to the left, and then take your left hand forward, bring your hips back to normal, and reach your right hand to the back. So now we're going to twist, looking over toward the right. Keep your knee over your ankle and your front foot. Don't let that go over to the side. And keep your core engaged. So core always engaged. Core is a huge part of back strength, back health. And then take your hands back to center. Just switch legs. So step your left foot up now. And now your right knee is back. Untuck your back foot. Bring your hands on top of your left thigh. Pull your right hip forward. Still butt under your torso, under your shoulders. Shoulders drawn back. And then reach your arms up overhead. If they don't go all the way up without you splaying your chest open, just take them right here. As long as you're feeling a stretch around your armpits, that's what we want to go for. And then lower your left hand down, top of your left thigh. Reach up and reach over with your right hand. Press your hips over to the right. Keep reaching up, keep reaching over. Press your hips over to the right a little bit more. And then shoot your right hand forward. Turn over to the left, take your left hand toward the back. Shoulders right on top of your hips. You're not leaning forward. Shoulders right on top of the hips. Keep this knee over your ankle and your front foot. Don't let it open up to the side. And look over to the left. Try to relax your shoulders. Don't have them up by your ears, but relax them. And then reach even further. One more breath. And then reach back up. And lower your hands down. And then from here, step back into a plank. Hands directly under your shoulders. Back flat. Straight line from your heels to your shoulders. And the reason why we're doing plank now, because we're engaging the core, we're warming up the upper body, so we can stretch the upper body. Because your arms, your chest, all have a relation to your back, which is why we're doing this. Okay, and then go ahead and relax your knees down to the ground. Take your hands right under your shoulders, so maybe a little bit closer than they were before. Knees about hip width distant, which is about 1 fist width, so 1 fist between your knees. And then cat-cow. So this is a really good exercise for your spine. As you inhale, pull your chest forward and up, and lift your butt up, arch your back, look in front of you. As you exhale, press down through your hands and around your back. Bring your head toward your hips. Stretch out your upper back. Inhale back up. Looking in front of you, arching your back, pulling your ears away from your shoulders, and then exhaling and rounding. Looking back behind you, bringing your head toward your hips, and pressing down through your hands, separating your shoulder blades. 3 more of those. You can do them on your own, or you can follow with me. We're doing this again for spine mobility. So this is a great time to work on spine mobility because all your weight is in your hands and your legs right now, so there's really no way that you can hurt yourself doing this pose. Just try not to look too far up. Again, just look straight in front of you as you're arching. And then as you're rounding, really press down through your hands and separate your shoulder blades. One more time. Big breath. Make your breath as long as you can. And last one. Exhale, push down through your hands. Separate your shoulder blades, look behind you, and then bring it back to neutral. Okay, from here, moving into down dog. So for down dog, I want you to focus on having a flat back. So let your knees come off the ground, and then push your chest back toward your thighs. Don't worry about straightening your legs yet. Just work on getting a flat line from your hands up to your hips. Focus is on your spine here, not on your hamstrings. Feet about 4 to 6 inches apart. And then really push your hips toward the back, so feel the stretch in your lower back. And then from there you can start to press your knees toward the back, but only if you have a flat back. Every time you inhale, lift up your hips a little bit. Every time you exhale, push your hips toward the back,
Push your chest toward your legs. 2 more breaths. If you're feeling this in your shoulders too much, walk your hands a little bit closer to your legs. If you're feeling this in your thighs and not in your back, bend your knees. All right, and then bend your knees, look forward. Walk your hands up between your legs. Forward fold. Bring it halfway up. Upper body parallel to the ground. Forward fold back down. And then take your feet about 4 inches apart. Step your left foot to the back. Hands on either side of your right foot. Pull your chest forward for a runner's lunge. Keep your neck lifted so you're looking in front of you. And then plant your left hand down. Keep your hips completely even. And then reach your right hand up toward the sky and twist. Now keep your hips even, so don't let your right hip go above your left hip. And keep your knee above your ankle on your front foot. Try to pinch your shoulder blades here, so squeeze your shoulder blades together like you're trying to hold something between your shoulders. And push your head forward, lengthening your neck, your ears away from your shoulders. Lower your hand back down, and then switch legs. Left foot up, right foot to the back, knee over your ankle on your front foot, back leg lifted, knee straight, locked out. Right hand plants, pull your chest forward, lift your left hand up, open your chest up to the left. And again, keep your hips even, so the left hip relaxes slightly, right hip engages. And then look up at your left hand, pull your head away from your shoulders, keep your hips nice and even, keep your right leg engaged and strong. 1 more breath here. And then lower your left hand down. Step your right foot up to meet your left foot. Forward fold. Look all the way behind you. And then flat back. Lift all the way up. Arms up overhead. Palms touch. And then take your hands back to center. Okay, take your feet back together now. And now moving into a standing side stretch. Take your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers. Point your index fingers. And then reach over to the left. 4 breaths here. Push your hips all the way over to the right. Keep your chest and your chin lifted. And really reach up and over. Try to keep your shoulders facing straight forward, so don't let your right shoulder come forward. Chest shining straight forward. Chest lifted, chin lifted. And then bring it back to center. And then reach over to the right. Hips to the left. And I said shining before, but I take that back. I would never say shining normally in a class, and you won't hear that in the DVD. Reach up, reach over, chest faces straight forward, shoulders pulling down. Push your chest through your arms and reach your arms back. All of this with an engaged core and a flat back. 1 more breath, reach over. Inhale back to center. And then open your arms up like you're gonna double high five somebody. Take a big inhale, look up. And then exhale and reach your arms back. Now it's really important here to keep your core engaged. Don't let your lower back start to arch or start to push forward like that. So keep your core really strong, lower back long, and reach up and reach back. 2 more breaths here. Keep squeezing your arms behind your ears. So you're opening up your chest here, opening up your armpits, your shoulders, and really stretching your core. 1 more breath. And then take it back to center. And then fold back to that squat. Keep your arms up high this time, now on your knees together. Knees behind your toes, hips pressing back, chest flat, core engaged. Arms up by your ears so you get that shoulder opening aspect, strengthening your whole spine, strengthening your core here. And then stand back up, bring your hands back to center. From here, take your feet out wide, turn sideways. Press into the outsides of your feet. Toes are slightly pigeon-toed, so your big toes are in, heels slightly out. Squeeze your thighs, engage your core, take your hands behind your back, reach your hands down to the ground, lift your chest up, and then push your chest forward and forward fold here. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, so really push up. Keep your palms pressing together. If you need to bend your elbows, bend your elbows. Right now we're focusing on the back here. So make sure that you're pressing your chest toward the ground, keeping your thighs engaged, stretching out your hamstrings, so the backs of your legs, and that'll take pressure off of your back. So it's really important to stretch the hamstrings. That will prevent lower back pain. One more breath. And then lower your hands down. Take your hands back to your hips. Bring it up all the way. And now we're going to move into Warrior 2 from here. Turn your right foot out to the side. Bend into your right knee so your knee is over your ankle. Keep your hips and your shoulders facing forward and your shoulders right over your hips. Take your arms out, reaching in opposite directions. Keep your butt under your body, so kind of a little scoop to bring your butt under your body and your core engaged. And then take your wrist to the inside of your right knee. Extend your left hand up. And this is called side angle, and it's a really great twist. So you're building up lower body endurance here, but you're also working on your back health. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together, again, like you're trying to pinch something in your back, and look right up at your left hand. 2 more breaths here. And then bring it back, straighten your right leg, turn your left foot out to the side, and then bend into your left knee, knee over your ankle, butt under your torso, arms extended in both directions. And then shoulder blades pinching again. From here, take your wrist to the inside of the knee. Don't rest your forearm here. Use this for core strength. And then extend your right arm up toward the ceiling. You're making a straight line from your left fingertips all the way up to your right fingertips. And then pinch your shoulder blades. So again, squeeze that imaginary object between your back. Roll back your right shoulder to open up your chest and engage your back. And then take 3 breaths here. Roll back a little bit more, but keep your hand extended straight up to the sky. Lots of core strength involved here. Last breath. And then take it back up to Warrior 2. Straighten your left leg. Bring your feet in. And then bring your feet back together. We're moving down to the ground. So that was in the standing part of this workout. And now we're seated from here on. The first pose we're going to do is called boat pose from here. So bring your heels toward your butt. Wrap your hands on the outsides of your knees. Lift up your chest. Sit up really straight. So you should feel your core engage right away. From here, if this is easy, take your hands behind your thighs. And then extend one leg up in the air. 2 legs. Keep your back flat. So your chest is always lifted, not rounding in like this. But lifting up your chest, pushing your core forward, keeping your shoulders down and back. Squeeze your knees toward one another. And then lift up your arms. Palms facing up to the sky. And then lift your chest up. From here, if you really want to challenge, you can extend your legs all the way. This takes a lot of hip flexor strength and hamstring flexibility. And you've got 2 more breaths here. Lift up as high as you can through your chest. Keep your core engaged and your back flat. 1 more breath. And then relax. Great core exercise. From here, bring your right leg over your left leg. Grab your right knee, squeeze it in tight, forward twist, and then look over to the right. So this is stretching out your glute on your right side, your piriformis. So if you have sciatica, this is really good for you. Keep your chest really lifted, your shoulders down. And if you want more of a challenge, bring your right hand just behind your back and hook your left elbow on your knee, and then twist. And this gets a really nice twist and still a really nice stretch for your back and your glutes. 1 more breath, lift up, and then back to center. Switch legs, right foot out, left foot over your right knee. Grab your left knee, squeeze it in, lift your chest up, and look over to the left. Shoulders relaxed, chest lifted up. And again, if you want to go deeper, left hand behind your back, right elbow over the left knee, and use that to twist. But keep your core really strong here. So you want to keep your back flat. So I'm not sinking in and using my elbow to crank open here. Rather, I'm using my core strength to hold here. And the elbow is just a little bit of an assist. Lift up another breath. Twist a little bit deeper on the exhale.
And then take it back to center. And from here, moving into butterfly or cobbler pose. Press your heels together. Scoot your butt up toward your heels. Grab your ankles, and then sit up really tall. So this is a stretch for your hips. It's also a really good way to engage your core and work on your back strength. So maybe if you're right here, that's okay. Just work on straightening up as much as you can. You can even bring your hands lightly to your knees here if you want to get more of a hip stretch, or if you want to focus on strengthening your core and your back, just keep your hands on top of your ankles and keep lifting your chest up with your shoulders drawn back. 2 more breaths here. And then go ahead and relax. And then from here, moving on to your back, onto your chest now. So for the real back strengthener. So now that we've done our full body, we're ready to do some really back focused exercise. So first one is Cobra. Hands under your shoulders, tops of your feet on the ground. Squeeze your thighs, lift your knees, and then just using your lower body strength, lift your chest up, float your hands. That way you know you're not using your upper body. And push your head forward. So you want to try to squeeze your head forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together, squeeze your elbows toward one another. Keep your toes on the ground. 2 more breaths here, lift up a little bit higher. Pull your body forward a little bit more, press your head forward. 1 more breath. And then relax back down. Big exhale. And then second back strengthener, going straight into it. Hands along your sides, palms facing down. It's called full locust here. Lift your legs off the ground, lift your arms, lift your chest, and then really point your toes to the back. Really squeeze your thighs tight and push your toes as far to the back as you can. Lift your arms up higher, squeeze your shoulders away from your ears, down toward your feet, and then lift your chest up, lift your head up. Keep your neck in alignment with the rest of your back, so you're not arching your neck too much, but rather you're pushing it forward and lifting your chest up. 2 more breaths. So this is strengthening the entire back side of your body. Your glutes are engaged, your thighs, you're working every muscle in your back. Lift up a little bit more. 1 more breath, and then back down. And then moving back to child's pose from here. Take your knees about as wide as the mat. Bring your toes to touch at the back. So big toes touching. And then shift your hips back on top of your heels. This is called child's pose. It's a fantastic stretch for your lower back. Hips back on top of your heels. Chest pressing back toward your thighs. And forearms relaxed on the mat or on the ground, wherever you are. So this stretch is for your lower back. You also feel it in your hips. And if you press down through your hands, you'll even feel it in your shoulders. To get a little bit deeper, you can really push down into your hands here. And this is great for after all those back exercises that we do, is we're compressing the back, and now we're really nice and lengthening the back. All right, from here, bring it onto your back. We're done with the hard stuff, and now it's smooth sailing from here. Lean onto your back. Knees above your hips. Bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Reach your right hand through your legs. Grab the back of your left thigh. Press your right knee forward and pull your left thigh toward your face. Keep your right foot flexed so that your toes are reaching toward your shin. And you can relax your back and your head, your neck onto the ground. To get deeper, push your right knee forward more. Pull your left thigh in deeper. 2 more breaths. So we're stretching out your glutes here, stretching out your piriformis. This is really going to help reduce pressure on your lower back. And then switch legs. Bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Press your left knee forward, grab the back of your right thigh, pull it in tight. Push your left knee forward, squeeze your thigh in, flex your toes toward your shin. Take 2 more breaths here, nice and deep.
Push your knee forward even more. Pull your thigh in a little bit tighter. Last breath. And then release. All right, from here, take your knees above your hips, arms out to the side, and then drape your knees over to the right. Keep your left shoulder on the ground here. And if you want a little bit deeper, take your right hand on top of your left knee and look over to your left. This is a great stretch for your back. You'll feel this in your lower back, all the way up to the middle of your back, and your shoulders too. One more breath here. Try to press your hips down toward the front of whatever room you're in. And then take it back to center. Arms along your sides. And reach your knees over to the left now. Look over to the right. Bring your left hand on top of your right knee. Push your hips toward the front. So make the space from your right hip to your right shoulder as long as you can. And breathe deep. 2 more breaths here, nice and long. Stretching out your back, right in here, right in your lower back, up to your middle back. And then take it back to center. Stay there for 1 breath. And then sit up. And this last stretch is seated forward fold, which is fantastic for your lower back. One of my favorite stretches. Bend your knees so you can get your chest on top of your thighs. Keep your chest nice and lifted. Grab the back, grab your soles of your feet, to the bottoms of your feet. Squeeze your knees in as much as you need to do this. Lift your chest up, and then walk your feet forward, but keep your chest touching your thighs. Once you reach a point where your chest starts to leave your thighs, hang out there, and then lift your chest up a little bit higher and push down through your hips. So try and push your hips into the ground and lift your chest up. So you're stretching out your spine here. Yes, you're also going to feel the stretch in your hamstrings, but we're focusing on the back here. So this is a fantastic stretch, fantastic way to end the back here. If you want to go deeper, walk your feet forward a little bit more, but keep this chest to thigh contact and keep your chest lifting up, pushing forward. 1 more breath here. And then release. All right, so that was Yoga for Men for Beginners, back care. If you have any questions, any feedback at all, if anything was unclear, or if the technique could have been better, please let me know in the comments below. This project is called, again, Body by Yoga, Yoga for Men for Beginners. We want to make this the best yoga DVD on the market, definitely the best yoga DVD on the market for men. So, feedback, leave it, subscribe to the channel for more of these, and sign up for our beta testers group at bodybyyoga.training.